Good morning to all of you wonderful YouTubers. Hey, welcome back to the Virginia Bushcrafter. Hey, I'm glad you guys can join me. It's always a pleasure to have you guys to come along. And while I explore this great adventure of being in the bush, that's right, every week it is a great adventure. So guys, again, the channel is all about, if this is your first time here, it's all about learning and practicing the skills, excuse me, the skills and practicing of bushcrafting, prepping, and survival in the wilderness. And again, as we know, for me, the 5 most important things are shelter, fire, water, food, and signaling. So today I'm going to start off my adventure again with shelter, but I am going to start off with something to sleep on. We know that the shelter provides something to sleep on, something to sleep in, and something to sleep under. So today I'm going to start with something to sleep on. So that's going to require me to go out into this lovely bush and harvest some wood. And this wood will be to make a bed. Well, YouTubers, I have just been out harvesting wood, and let me show you what I have gathered for about the last hour or so. Of course, this wood will have to be bulked up, processed, and so forth. But I want to show you the beginning of my bed. Now here is a tripod. This is the first tripod that will have 2 rails and debris bags as the mattress. So this tying method is called a wrap and frap. So I'm going to demonstrate that on the next one that I'm going to do. So let me put you in focus and I will start. The wrap and frap. Okay guys, I am going to use a 10 feet of paracord to do the wrap and frap. So let me bring in focus. Okay. Going to start out maybe almost a foot above the first one. Going to make an X clove hitch. Bring the tie-in, or with the working tie-in, just make this very tight. And now I'm going to make 4 wraps. Now, one thing about coming out here and practicing, you don't have the smooth ground and all the even, everything that's level. It just does not exist in the true bush. Gonna make that very tight. Gonna wrap it again. That's twice. Okay, and this is the third time. And the fourth time. And again, this is 550 paracord. Try to keep the wraps very close together. Okay, so those are the wraps. Now we're going to do the fraps just in between. In between two of the logs. We're going to do 3 right here. So this is 1. This is 2. And this one is number 3. And we're going to make sure these are very tight. That's number 3. We're going to go in between the first and the second one and repeat that process. That's 1. This is 2. This is 3. Since I do have spare paracord, one more for good measure. Okay. Now I'm going to make a another clove hitch here, which here's the next. And I'm going to wrap the remainder around this one log. And you can tie this off with any kind of knot. And there you have it. Okay, now I'm going to stand this up as I did the other one, and we'll take a look at both of them. Okay, there are the 2 tripods that I am going to build my bed on. I am now going to go and get 2 more pieces of dead standing wood to make the rails, and the rails will be inserted into 4 debris bags. Now guys, I can tell you now, this is a lot of work, but it's fun. And the good thing I like about it is that, again, you are using only what Mother Nature provides. It has been a time, if you notice here, there is a lot of live trees. There's very little dead standing wood. So I have to go off for a while to gather this dead standing wood. And one thing I did to just as a practice and as a precaution, if you notice, let's see if I can. Here is an orange water bottle, and if you notice here, I have an orange bandana, and further off into the bush there's an orange glove, and even further there's a let's see, there's another orange glove. So what this allows me to do is that when I go into areas like over there or back behind this large log to harvest dead standing dead wood, I want to be able to just walk back to my location without having to look for it. So by having these markers or signals or orange gloves and orange bandanas, this just lets me get back to my location a lot quicker. Because as you can see, hauling all of this wood, it is a task, but I'm going to need much more wood than this. So guys, I'm going to go get 2 more rails, and I should basically be finished with making my bed, and then I will make my shelter, which will be very easy. All right guys, here is my bed for the night. Hey guys, I want to let you know that I actually thought this would be one of the easiest beds to make in the bush. I've never made this bed before. I have made other suspended beds, but when it's your first time, you can always expect something abnormal to happen. So when I was putting this together, again, as you can see, here is a tripod. Here is another tripod, and here are the railings that goes through 2 contractor debris bags. Now, what I actually did not anticipate is that I would have to use square nuts on each corner. I actually thought this would just hold by friction, but it did not, and I had to use square nuts on each corner. There's one corner. Here is another corner. This corner and this corner. Now, each one of those corners, I had to use 10 feet of 550 paracord. Now, I've heard a lot of times people will say, 100 yards or 100 feet of paracord, but I always bring almost, I want to say at least 200. And there's always a reason why, because you just don't ever know when you're going to need more than what you anticipated. So this is my bed for the night. It's very comfortable. I'm sitting on it now. It holds my weight great. I'm going to put me a shelter just above it, and that will probably be it for my shelter. But then again, guys, this is why I say it's always good to just get out and practice. You can read about it, you can watch videos, but until you actually do it. Again, I think the biggest thing I took away from here, I did not anticipate having to use 10 feet of paracord on each corner. However, it's learning and practicing. So guys, the next thing that I'm going to do is put up a tarp, and then we'll go from there. Well guys, here is my setup for the night. Hey guys, it's taken me quite some time to actually set this camp up today. Again, trying to move out of the sun somewhat. Again, when thinking things would be so easily done, so simply done, you always run into some type of abnormality. But this has taken me a good portion of the day. I'm going to say about 3 hours to set this camp up. Now, I'm not even finished with the camp. I still have to harvest some kindling. Even though I have a lot of fuel there, I'm going to have to harvest some kindling and make a fire pit, and then I'll cook and so forth. But let me just show you what I did. I really want to call this a shelter with a basement, you know. We may get rain tonight. I am not sure. But what I have right now is an Adirondack Tarp Shelter. And I have the apron pulled out or staked out with a trekking pole. And my bedding is right here. Now, what took the better part of the day is actually finding some dead standing hardwood. Tripod there, a tripod there, and 2 rails, and the square nuts at each section to tie it down. Now, the ridge line serves more purposes than just one. You know, here I'm hanging my my water bottles here. I have my tools here, which is a hatchet. That just fell, so I'll just show you. There's a hatchet. There's a well, let me just take it apart and show it to you what I do have. Excuse me real quick. So the tools that I'm using on this trip is a Kershaw Camp 10. This is a 10-inch blade. It's a 1095 carbon steel, saber grind, 90-degree spine, very good rubberized handle. Of course, I put a lanyard on it, but I'm using this today. And of course, I do have a multi-tool with me. as well as the main tool, which is a hatchet. So a hatchet, multi-tool, Kershaw Camp 10, and a condor teresa. This is a Scandinavian grind. This is for carving. I'll be doing my feather sticks with this. So again, the tools that I'm using today: the which is the S-wing hatchet, multi-tool, Kershaw Camp 10, condor teresa, and a saw. This saw has done a lot of work today. Now guys, in the event that it does rain, again, I have this apron to protect me from the rain, but I'm just going to call this portion down here my basement, because I can go underneath and I'm fully covered, and I also have a partial floor, and I can easily just remove my bedroll down to, for lack of better words, my basement. So guys, this has been let me just show you around it. This is one of the side views. Again, this is the Adirondack Tarp Shelter. And as you can see in the back, I have it staked out with a trekking pole to give me more room. Yeah, guys, I really think this is a really good shelter, the Adirondack. It covers you almost 75%, you know, but I'm going to enjoy just laying here tonight in front of a nice cozy fire right here. But again, guys, it's I think it's really important to practice your skills. Again, you can read the books, you can watch the videos, but until you put your hands on what you're doing, you'll find out things take you longer than necessary until you just do them over and over and it becomes repetition. So I'm going to go ahead right now and I'm going to use some of these tools to actually what I'm going to do is fill this sack up with kindling, because I want to make sure I have everything I need before the night falls. So I'll be back with you when I get all of my kindling. Well guys, I think I have harvested enough wood for the night. If not, I have some very long pieces that I can burn and just let them break and feed them into the fire. But what I'm going to do right now is just make a small fire. I'm going to make a fire pit in this area, make a small fire just enough to eat, and later tonight I will have the all-night fire. But this is how my shelter is turning out so far. I've brought all the things over I need for tonight. Few flashlights, few solar battery packs, of course water. There's more water in my basement. Have my tools at the head of my bed, and I have other tools and things at the foot of the bed. And of course there's my food. So hey guys, I have burned a lot of calories today. You'll be amazed at how time consuming these tasks are when you are in the bush. And I think one of the toughest tasks is going to be harvesting wood. You can never have enough wood. So I'm going to make a fire, and I'm going to gather more wood until it gets dark, and then I will do somewhat relax and just do some chit-chatting. But this is my camp. All right guys, it is time for the fire. And the fire that I'm going to be using again is a tinder bundle, and I'm going to be using flint and steel, and of course with the chalk cloth. So let me show you what I'm doing. I don't know if there's much to this. I hope this is dry enough. So I do have my kindling right here, and I'm going to again go with some chalk cloth. This is just a fun challenge. Came very close a minute ago. If I can get the sparks on the chalk cloth. As you see, there we have it. And in the tinder bundle it goes. And we have our fire. And a couple of pieces of fat wood. And we have our fire for our dinner. All right, guys, so there we have it. Steel, flint, and char cloth. And we have fire. So guys, this is going to be a small fire just for starting out, just to cook a quick meal. All right, guys, I'm gonna let this build up before I put my food on it. All right, guys, you can see the fire's it's still going, and I do have coals at the bottom. So while that is finishing turning into coals, I am starving. And you know, this would not be a good outside meal without, you got it, Impossible Burger Patties. Of course, I am a vegetarian, so hey, it's good. So I am going to take all 4 of these, put them in the aluminum foil, wrap them in the aluminum foil, and put them on the fire. So once I get that done, I'll be back. It is so wonderful just sitting here under this Adirondack tarp, you know. I know it's not going to rain. I missed the rain yesterday, but it's going to be quite comfortable after I eat. And that's my wood for tonight. And I really think I'm going to go get more wood after I eat. But that's the wood so far for tonight. And the meal is on. Yeah, guys, when you harvest a lot of wood and you process it, and I did not even have to make feather sticks today, just by using the kindling with the flint and steel. That's a great skill to possess. Yes, I could have easily started with the ferrocerium rod, but I wanted the challenge of practicing with flint and steel. Hopefully I can get on to a bow drill very soon. Bow drill and a hand drill. But coming out here into the bush, preparing for an overnighter, you're going to exert a lot of energy just knowing that you're really preparing for the night. The best thing you want is sleep and hydration. So, but I very seriously doubt if I get much sleep tonight, because I actually just like watching the fire. So we will see. After I eat, then I'll make a decision. But I'm really more than likely going to go and harvest more wood just to be on the safe side. So guys, I'm going to wait for that to cook, and then I'm going to fill my stomach. All right, guys, It is meal time. Tomatoes, onions, ketchup, and mustard. 4 veggie patties and 2 buns. So I'm getting ready to devour this, and I will see you afterwards because I am starving. Colorful flames. Well guys, it's about 2:35 a.m. in the morning and the fire is still going well. I guess I'm going to get some sleep now. Some sleep every hour, but I just enjoy watching the fire. It's very, very soothing. It's nice to be out in the bush, in Mother's nature. But yeah, this is going pretty good. I'm watching the way the wood burns and the amount of wood that I have left over there. So I'm sure I have enough wood to take me to maybe 6 o'clock in the morning. So what I'm going to do is tune out for right now, and I will probably see you guys before 6 o'clock in the morning. Hey guys, it's about I would say about 4:40 a.m. and the fire is still going. Just woke up to stoke the fire once again, and as you can see, it's still rolling, still firing on all cylinders. The wood is getting very sparse, but I'm sure I have enough to make it to at least 6 o'clock. All right, I'll see you on the next wake-up call. Hey, good morning, guys. Well, it's about 5:50. And what a better way to warm up is next to a fire. You know, it's really amazing how you can come into the bush and it's just so warm that you want to do away with all your clothing. But in the morning, it's like, oh wow, somewhat chilly, but I know it's going to change. But you know, hey, sitting next to a fire to thaw out, it's great. I can actually hear the birds, owls, and so forth, as well as people on the highway going to work. But I'm going to sit here at this fire until I see fit to get up. Once I thaw it out, I'll start to move, but I'm in no rush, so I'm going to sit here and thaw out. It's not really cold, but it's not comfortable at all. I don't know what the temperature is, but I just know the fire feels good. All right, I'll see you guys when I decide to get up out of this chair and do some other. Well, by the way, I'm not going to feed the fire anymore. As you can see, I made it with wood to spare. Yeah, this fire's been going ever since about 5 o'clock yesterday. That's a lot of wood. I thought I would have more wood left over, but just less work I have to do when I come back to this location. All right, guys, I'll see you at the next break. Well, YouTubers, I have completed my adventure for the weekend. I was able to stay overnight and build a shelter that consisted of an Adirondack Tarp Shelter with a partial floor and a suspended bed. The bed was made from two tripods with two rails. The rails and the tripods were joined together or bind together with 550 paracord using a square knot. A trekking pole was used in the back to extend the back area, and a trekking pole was used in the front to hold the apron up. So the only tools that was basically used was a saw. A knife was used one time just to do some limbing, but all of the wood was processed with a saw. So with that, guys, I'm going to go ahead and pack up, and I'm going to see you on my trek out. All right, YouTubers, I have completed my adventure. I am headed out. I think on this adventure, the things that I really liked the most was making the suspended bed. Well, I don't know if you really call it suspended since it was on two tripods, but raised bed. Yeah, raised bed. I enjoyed making the raised bed. It slept well. I enjoyed making the Adirondack tarp with the partial floor. And I also enjoyed making the fire with flint and steel and char cloth. So with that said, guys, I am headed out of here. I'm going to trek out of here. And like father and son, mother and daughter, human and nature, we are all akin in some form or fashion. Get out in the bush and have some fun. This is the Virginia Bushcrafter signing out.